Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. In this video here, what I want to do is I want to talk about my book, my fiction book called The Reaper. The Reaper is actually a three-part series. Book 2 is going to be called The Banshee, and then book 3 is going to be Revenge of the Reaper. But in the story here, there's a group of friends on a 20-year reunion from high school, and there's a couple that actually they're actually college professors at Cincinnati University. They were buying a cabin that when they was in high school, them and their same group of friends actually spent a weekend at that cabin. So they went ahead and decided to buy that cabin. And then when they went to to their high school reunion, they was talking to their friends there and stuff, and they said, "Hey, we got this cabin. Let's go back there and spend a week, because we had some good times there." So they all decided to go there. And when they got there and stuff, they got set up and everything else. One of them finds a Ouija board, and he hides the Ouija board at first. And then because at night you basically play a Ouija board at night anyway. So he finds a Ouija board, he hides it. After they get done eating dinner and stuff, now they're all sitting around the living room in the cabin. He said, "Hey, what should we do now?" and stuff. And everybody says, "Well, this and that, this and that." Well, this guy brings out a Ouija board. And they said, "Well, who should we contact?" So they start naming off a bunch of people they should contact and stuff like that. But on the box that the Ouija board was in, and on the Ouija board, there's a name, Roger Wilco, which is a Viking who owned that Ouija board to begin with. He was a Viking warrior from years ago. Well, they start trying to contact him through the Ouija board, and what they don't know is they let him out. And when they let him out, they let the Reaper out as well, which he had trapped inside the Ouija board. Then killing starts taking place, and there's a lot of horror into it. When they go swimming down by the lake, they can't leave because they can't get no phones, cell phone signals or anything else like that. They can't leave because they're miles away, because they're way up in the woods, and all their cars are messed up. Um, between There's a time limit for when the Reaper comes out. Is between 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, and you can tell when he's coming in is when the fog starts rolling in. But this is a real good story. I'm working on two books right now. I'm working on Sasquatch Z book 3 and the Banshee, which is book 2 to this one, so I can have the Sasquatch C series completely done, and then I can have the Banshee done hopefully soon, and then I can go on to finish this series up with Reaper's Revenge. But like I said, I design all my own covers. There's the Viking warrior right there, and then he has a Ouija board behind him, and then we have the Reaper right here. But if you want a good horror story, there's also some comedy in here and some adult contents is in here. There's no images. I'll let you know that now. There's no images, but there's a lot of adult contents in here. Uh, some funny parts that's in here. My wife, she loves this book. I mean, when I wrote this book, she actually came down and sat at the table and looked at me, and I was working on something else, and I said, "Well, what's the matter? Why are you staring at me for?" And she goes, "How'd you come up with that story?" She says, "Oh my God," because my wife's a big reader. She loves reading books. I mean, she read all the Harry Potter books. I mean, she goes to the library once a week and gets a bunch of books, read them through the weekday, then goes to the library next week, go ahead and start doing and reading a lot of books. And when she read this story, this is put up with one of her favorite books that she's ever read. This one right here, The Reaper. So if I know that she loves this book, and she said it's very scary to her as well, and she's a frequent reader. Excuse me for I might have pronounced that wrong, but she reads all the time. So whoever likes a good horror story with a little bit of comedy mixed in with it, and some drama as well, I recommend The Reaper. Even though I know it's by me, but if you want a good story, especially a horror story. The Reaper is a good book. I'll leave the link to the book down below in the descriptions where you can go to Amazon and order this. The book is for $9.99. It's paperback. This original size. And like I said, it's one heck of a story. So whoever likes a good horror story, this another book of mine that you want to get. So thank you.